the main synth, free synth here called Sinister. And yeah, got it for free. I'm pretty sure you guys can all get it for free. You don't need the most expensive, craziest gear to make a tune that people will like. This is a free plugin, I'm pretty sure. All right, well, let's start with the chords anyway. Do you want to go over there and do it?
Yeah.
There you go. That's the chords for Talk. Do you want to talk them through the harmony of that a bit? Got your mic?
It's super simple. So yeah, it's F major 9, E minor and D minor. And it just circles around those three. And then right at the end, there's an F major 7 over G.
The simple ones sometimes are the best. I just love the rhythm of the chords, and the melody in the chords really informed the melody of the lyrics as well, didn't it? The dum 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 dum.
Yeah, there was just that. I often write chords in like with a melody on the top of them. It's like part of how I write chords is I like hear the top note of the chord and think how I want the melody to go based on that note, and then I rearrange the notes underneath that after doing it. So I end up with these chord progressions that have like a melodic top note. So yeah, loads of our songs end up being written as a result of that top note moving around.
So yeah, on that channel there, you've got a bit of EQ. You've got this compressor, which I wouldn't usually use on a synth, but for getting a really attacky, stabby sound, like it's definitely doing a good job this time around. So here it is without. And with. So yeah, quite heavy compression, but I like it on there. Bit of tremolo, just moving the synth from side to side. Just, you know, getting it around the stereo field. H delay, that's just doing automation. Yeah, then it goes down for the chorus. And then H verb as well. Don't usually use H verb, but I guess I thought it sounded good on that synth. It's just for build-ups again, I think. And then a bit of sidechain, and it's also going through Logic chorus. I did audition the Juno chorus as well, but I love the Logic chorus, especially on a sawtooth synth like that. And it's going to a bit of roto cab as well. That's it. That's the main synth. So yeah, and then underneath that, we've got a sine wave synth. That is literally the EXS24 from Logic on like plain. When you load it up and there's no sample in it, it just plays sine waves. It's very simple. If you just want sine waves, it's a good go-to. You can hear it here. So it's modulating up and down slightly. And then we've got a decimort on there, bit crusher, adding that top squeaky noise. So using the compression to really boost up the volume as well. It's actually almost the same plugins on the other synth, tremolo, H delay, little plate for the reverb for this one. Love little plate. So yeah, and then on the drop there, you got the reverb mutes, and then the chorus and roto cab fade in. So it goes from being very mono to very wide. That's like a nice little trick to do on a chorus if you're trying to like make it sound bigger. Instead of adding more or like turning the volume up, you just go from mono to stereo. That's a nice little trick. You can do that on the RC20. It's got a width knob on the bottom of it. You can go from mono to wide really easily. But another good way is to use effects like flanger, chorus, phasers, whatever. Just turn them on for the drop. That is all the synths except for these twinkly bits that come in for the chorus. That is the Juno doing the sawtooth. and then a little toy piano from Keyscape. That is jokes. Look at that thing. And then we got this hilarious little horn bus. Oh, it's only right at the end of the chorus. There's guitar. Another little sneaky part on Talk, which you might have missed. That is me playing my Telecaster. Lots of decapitator. Well, actually, no, not lots, but some. Bit of EQ. That's just going clean into my Neve through the LA2A compressor, the 500 series stuff that we've got in the room here. And then it's going through the DBX 160. I love the DBX 160 for clicky guitar like that. It's the best. So yeah, that's them all together. And then they're going through the guitar bus here. And on the bus is some overdrive. Then going through this Surfer EQ. I don't know if you guys have used this. I'm not so into it now because since FabFilter Pro 3 came out, it kind of got made redundant in my setup. But before dynamic EQ was the thing. This is different for dynamic EQ actually. What it does is it picks a note, and instead of just ducking when that note appears, it follows the notes and moves the bands of the EQ. So have a look. You see that? The red one there. So, you know, to EQ that, you'd have to have 5 notches, but instead you just do 1 and it moves around, and then that's going into a tiny bit more EQ just to boost the clickiness of the guitar. Yeah, that's the guitar. Sweet, that's all those, and now we can get on to Khalid's vocal.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going before?
So yeah, he even had a specific reverb that he wanted to use. So I've actually got the reverb as an audio file and the lead as an audio file. So I didn't even need to add any effects. He knows what he likes. I just adjusted the volume of both. So here it is dry.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going before we get lost?
And then he's got the effects down here.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going?
Yeah, not a normal thing for us. Usually I do all the reverb and delay and stuff, but when the singer, artist, rapper, whoever it is, has a specific taste in a reverb, it's fine with me. So just left it like that. On his lead vocal, here is before. I mean, it sounds great already because Dennis and the guys did a great job.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk?
So we're going straight into the inflator. I wasn't sure if he used that yet or not, so that was the first thing I did.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk?
Just bringing out some nice frequencies there. I've done a bit of EQ.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going.
So just controlling those low mids and yeah, dynamically boosting the high mids when it needs it, and same with the top end, but really subtle 1.3 dB on that. Yeah, then we're going into the gem dopamine. This is doing most of the treble boosting. You guys probably seen me talk about this thing already. Here it is without.
Can we just talk?
Here it is with.
Can we just talk?
So it just adds all that air back in without the S's becoming too loud.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going before we get lost?
So I really like that on Khalid's vocal. Yeah, it's been nicely de-essed already, so it didn't need. I didn't even use a de-esser. And then it's going into vocal ride, which I'm surprised at because usually I would automate all of my vocals, but I guess I just threw it on and it sounded fine.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going before we get lost?
I think I threw it on because there's so many falsetto, full voice, falsetto, full voice, and I was just like, oh, the automation's going to take me ages, so it just did a good job straight away, so I just left it on. Yeah, I've automated the reverb, but I haven't got any volume automation on the main vocal, so yeah. And then last thing is Monarch on the bass. Got another surfer EQ on that, moving around with probably the upper harmonic. So instead of taking out the sub, I'm taking out the next harmonic up. There's Monarch, if anyone wants the setting. Not precious. Oh!
Oh my god, there's a production question that I can actually answer.
Oh, go on,
this is
Howard.
new.
You've got this, mate.
How do you get wide basses without having sub-phasing issues? And I know the answer. So what you have to do is when you're putting, let's say, chorus on a bass, you bus it. So you send to a bus and then you remove the lows from that bus. Therefore, you get the chorus effect on the stuff that your ears can hear the top of, but the subs don't clash.
And I literally did the visuals for you.
There we go.
As you explained.
Look at me go. I can still do it. I still got it.
You still got it, baby. Yeah. Sending to bus 3, like you said, into chorus, and then rolling off all the lows. Yeah, you never want to send sub through a chorus. I mean, you never really want sub to be stereo, ever. Anything below 100 hertz, mono is your friend. It is doable, and in headphones it can sound quite cool. But if you're in a nightclub or somewhere like that where sub's bouncing around, it can be mental to have stereo sub. I believe it's also a reason for cutting vinyl. When you cut vinyl, they always mono everything under 100 hertz because if you have stereo bass on a physical record, it'll shake the needle out of the groove. So yeah, mono your basses, guys, or like us, have a mono synth, and then if you want to send it to a chorus, take the sub out the chorus. Yeah, the master bus is pretty much the same as my every master bus. SSL, Studer, the Drama on the gentle compression setting, Oxford Inflator, Soothe on 70%, Saturn for a bit of clean tube setting on high quality, only 12%, and I'm rolling off a bit of top, which I like to do a lot. A bit of EQ, but I probably sent the parts without that because they were going to do a little mix anyway. And again, if I was getting it mastered, I would have just asked the mastering engineer to do this. I mean, we're talking half a dB bass, 1 dB on the top, so it's really not much. And then the limiter, which again didn't get used because I got it mastered, or they got it mastered. So yeah, here it is all together. Can you talk a little bit about Soothe? Yep, Soothe is a high frequency ducker. So it pulls high frequencies out of the mix only when they breach a certain threshold. If you press this button here and it goes into this mode, you'll hear everything it does. You'll hear everything it's taking away. So it's the reverse of what it's doing. So just all the like whistly, horrible, no one needs that in their ears. That's what's being taken away. But very subtle, it's only taking about 3 decibels out of each frequency, and I've got it on 70%, so it's not even fully. Tips to get a balanced mix: practice. There is really no right or wrong way of a balanced mix. In fact, some of my favorite songs have terribly balanced mixes, and that's fine. It's called character. Did you record the drum MIDI? Yeah, I would have played it in on a keyboard and then quantized it a lot, especially for like the triplety stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of the hi-hats are late. I can show you that again quickly. Everything's quantized to the beat except the hi-hats are pushed back. See these? So you get like that kind of. Yeah, and some of them are a bit more, like these ones are pushed more than these ones, and that was all manually done. But you know, you could swing it even more if you wanted to go full Jay Dilla vibes. Yeah, it would need some adjustment in the percussion as well, but yeah, a little bit swung, and I usually move it all manually. Yeah, that's how that one was done. Oh, my voice is going. Too much talk. All right, too much talk. Boom. Thank you guys. We'll leave it at that. Good night.